Um, I don't know how easy it'll be to hear me. I don't have my earbuds in, but I'm about to walk into my appointment with the funeral home, and I'm not doing good. This. I don't even know what to think. I have no thoughts. I'm numb from head to toe. But I can do this. I've had a really bad morning, and I'll make a video about that when I can. I need help. This is a continuation of being at the funeral home. So I was really upset at the funeral home. And it wasn't just because of the funeral home. There was a lot going on through the course of the morning and early afternoon. And that's going to get its own video because it's a significant enough topic. But the funeral home, it went well, actually. Being at the funeral home, it was hard, of course. But the funeral director that I worked with was very kind and very patient with me. I'm a very logical person, analytical person. I like facts and figures, and I like a problem to solve. So when it comes to administrative type stuff, I'm really good at that, even in a crisis like this. And I was. I was good at the funeral home. I walked in, it was tough. The funeral director said a couple things that kind of triggered a strong emotional response in me. But when it really got down to doing the details of the death certificate and the cremation details, I was really in it. I didn't have any real problems at all. I had a job to do. I had a task to complete that needed to be done, and falling apart, it's just not an option. So it turned out to be a lot easier than I thought to decompartmentalize, the emotions from the task at hand. And I'm actually really proud of myself for how that went. The cremation's going to go down once the full amount is paid, and the total dollar amount was actually a little bit less than we were expecting. So thankful for that. Any little bit, any information that's going to give me that's less money, I'm going to take it. I mean, it's not a significant amount, but I managed to shave off a couple options that are usually pretty standard because they're just not necessary for us. And I got the price down a couple $100s, so I'm happy with that. And he's gonna. We're bringing our own vessel. I'll make my own a separate video when the time comes. But not going to have to buy an urn, so that's a plus. And I am going to retain a small miniature urn for myself that's not going to get scattered as Don wished. And Don told me I could do that. He had no problem. As long as most of him was going into the Lake Coeur d'Alene, he's perfectly fine with that because he knows that I'll want to hold on to a little piece of that, and I'm going to get that. And the little miniature urn, it was about yay big, maybe 3 inches, roughly 3.5 inches. Real pretty little thing. I look forward to showing off on this channel. Yeah, it's good. And I have one little speed bump. I knew that I was going to need a blood relative to sign off on it, because in the state of Washington, I got upset about this a couple days ago when I learned about it, that I need a blood relative to sign off on the cremation certification or whatever. And I had that totally lined up. His one sister, he's got 3 sisters and a brother. on the East Coast, and the one sister's like, "Yeah, absolutely, just she could send it to me, and I'll sign it, and you'll be good." But apparently, one living sibling is not sufficient. I didn't know that. They wanted all the siblings' signatures, and I was like, I freaked out in the funeral home. I don't know how to get you that. I don't have that. And right there in the room, the lady was just like, "You take your time and you do what you got to do." And you know, I managed to call one of the other sisters, and she's more than happy to help, just like the first sister. And I asked about the brother and the last sister, and over the phone, she's telling me that neither of those two siblings really have any kind of use of email, so there's really no way no quick way for the funeral home to be able to provide the documentation to sign for those two. But the lady heard that over the phone. The funeral director lady heard Don's sister say that, and with that information, the funeral home director was just like, "Okay, well, we'll just leave it at two sisters, and that'll be good enough." And she'll mark on her paperwork, whatever she needed to mark, unable to, or whatever. So that worked. That was a good thing. It was a speed bump, but a speed bump that got flattened. So I was happy with that, and I was confident in myself. Signing the paperwork and initialing it all. That was tough, but I had this under control, and I did, in fact, have it under control, and I was under control, and I was actually really happy. I walked out of there pretty confident and pleased. So that was really good. And even though I just got done saying that the total cost of the cremation and services is going to be a little bit less than we thought, it's still a fair bit of money. And we're not wealthy people. What might be a little bit of money to somebody else is kind of substantial here. But one of his sisters agreed to send me a fair bit of money to help offset the out-of-pocket cost for me, and that was really touching. The last thing I ever wanted to do is ask for money from people. Don was really proud about finances, and he wasn't wealthy by any means, but he would never ask for money. He wasn't too proud about too many things, but money was one of them. Even if he was financially struggling, he wouldn't even ask his family. But I guess I'm kind of the same way. I just don't want people to think that I'm that poor. I don't know. In that much need. I don't know. But I didn't actually ask for the money. She offered it, with the contingent that someday, I take that amount of money and I help somebody else in need. And if she ever ends up watching this, you better believe I will pay that forward. Absolutely, with interest. And again, if you're watching this and you know who you are, thank you. So the funeral home thing was actually a good, positive experience. So I needed a win. I needed a win pretty bad.